Today I want to offer you some tips for online dating because a lot of you really are online dating and it isn't a safe environment. It's a very difficult and scary environment. So I want to give you just a few strategies to set boundaries for yourself so when you are dating, you're getting hurt less. So first, when you are on these apps, it really is a numbers game. There's no way else for me to explain this. You are doing the same swiping that everyone else is doing. You're looking and you might have like 10 people you're talking to at the same time or more. I don't know how many people, honestly, I don't know how you can keep that many conversations, but the reality is it's a numbers game. So these are the things I look for in those conversations is this person worth meeting in person? 1, do they ask questions about you as a person? 2, do they respond well enough, like quickly enough that they're like, okay, they're engaged? 3, can they hold a decent conversation? Like overall, like to hold a decent conversation, they need to ask about you, and you, just so you know, need to ask about them too. That makes you a good conversationalist. So if they have a good conversation and they seem relatively engaged, that's a person that is more likely interested in meeting and is more serious about dating. If you have somebody who barely responds, or it takes a week to respond, fuck them. It's done. That's not a person who's focused, and they are likely either dating somebody else or considering somebody else. And that's fine. Everybody's in this numbers dating game with you, but don't waste your time. Just, okay, they're not going to happen. It's not going to work. Cut it off. So that's the first thing that I do, that I tell people to help with this online dating. The second thing is, once you've had a really good conversation and you feel like it's going well, meet in person as quickly as possible. In public. So you don't go privately somewhere because you don't know this person. You could be catfished. They could be them, but you know how people, you want to see them, right? And so coffee shop, very busy park if you're an outdoorsy person, but you can meet in public. Do not have anybody pick you up. Meet them there, because these are all just safety things. And also, you don't know if you like the person. You may like them, you may not. The reason to do this is because you aren't going to feel that chemistry until you're present and you actually see how the conversation goes. Some people are really good at typing stuff and have certain answers, and if they're literally, again, if it's a numbers game and they've been typing and typing, they may be sending that same answer to 3 people, right? So you want to see, when we have a conversation, when we connect with each other, how does it flow? When you meet in person, bring a handful of questions to ask them, because that keeps conversations going. And I actually really like the idea of active dates, like go bowling, go mini golf, go do something, because this is still a stranger. And even with a stranger, if you don't have some kind of activity to keep things moving, it can be hard. It can be hard to get flowing in a conversation. Whereas if you do something fun that you already like, well, guess what? You've got something that can kind of distract you, and you don't feel like you've wasted your hour either, right? Like if you love mini golf and you just did mini golf with somebody who's okay, but they're not somebody you want to see again, you still had a fun hour. So you're keeping your time fun as well. And then actually join me for another video, because I could go on for hours on this topic. If you would like to see me as a therapist, please go to therapistintstlouis.com and submit a contact form. Also, please like, subscribe, and comment below.